Hello. Dr. Hong, thank you for putting this together. It takes so much to put positive things in this world. Faux Pal, your beautiful dancers, and all of you who came, made the time for the world. You know, you're not on Facebook showing your buildings. You're not on Facebook showing your physical prowess. Selling how to do work without working and having others be your slaves. You're here to help humanity. And so, you know, before I start, I want you to give yourselves a round of applause, please. My wife and I run a group. It's called Time for Truth, because the world needs truth. And we're going to talk about, I think, the most important truth: our children, our youth. Because child violence has tremendous emotional, physical, social damage that it causes across all geographic barriers, economic strata. Really, it has no prejudice for race, religion, or color, or nation of origin. And it's horrific what's happening, because I want you to get this fact. An estimated 1 in 2 children in the world, aged 2 to 17, experience some form of violence every year. That's about 1 billion children experiencing this. It's horrific. Aside from that, about 2 of every 3 children experience some form of physical punishment in their homes. And it's really, when I think about this, it's horrific because of what happens to these children for the rest of their lives. Because these are forming human beings. They're the human beings who are going to be the leaders of our planet. When we look at our planet and we look at the wars we're suffering in Ukraine with Russia, in the Middle East, and we look at what's happening with children, it's actually not difficult to understand. Something needs to be done to show them happiness, to educate our communities to a different form of education, not punishment, of enlightenment, as Dr. Hong said, with consciousness, not brutality. 1 in 7 boys in the world experience sexual abuse. 1 in 4 young women experience sexual abuse. Child marriage, child labor, trafficking, bullying. It's horrific when you really think about it, because you have this little person and they have really no ability to protect themselves. I see you really getting it, because I can feel in the room the quiet as you confront this. And you know, that's the beauty of the United Nations and the beauty of Dr. Hong's group, because we need to see what's in front of us. Dr. Martin Luther King said something so vital. He says, the day that we do not see what is in front of our eyes is the day that we begin to die. And John Kennedy, that I really looked up when I was a little boy, said, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. I want to really expand that, because in Dr. Hong's group, with the United Nations, with all the excellencies are in this room, the leaders, to this, let's look at what we can do together. Tomorrow we're going to be at the United Nations. Let's actually, on this International Day of Hope, give these children the hope that they need. I was talking to my wife, and there was a tree we planted, and it looked like it was dead. And she goes, no, put it in the ground. We put it in the ground. It was about a month, and it was a stick in the ground. I said, I don't think it's going to grow. And she said, no, it's turning color. A few days went by, and from this piece of wood, some leaves came out the sides. And I said, this is a miracle. How many of us actually even think of that? You could take a piece of wood, let's take this wood and put it in the ground. No tree is going to come out of the ground. Because life is missing. So what I would like to end this communication with is this. These wars that are occurring increase child violence. 450 million children lived in areas of violence and conflict. 40 million were displaced by this. The UN has passed a target 16.2 in the Sustainable Development Goals to end exploitation, child trafficking, and all forms of violence against children. Our group, A Time for Truth, is open to you. We've passed some booklets out to you. We'll pass out some more that Ruth has. The booklets are a way of happiness, which goes exactly with what Dr. Hong is saying. Hope and consciousness. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Whatever you need, we're here for you. Let's work together. And as my Indian friend said, I'll expand on. You have this Cuban boy in front of you who had Polish background from Europe, who was exposed to prejudice of pogroms as a Jewish man, who moved to the United States, and it wasn't enough, so he married a Venezuelan Catholic lady. But the best thing is I know Hugh Sanan, and he makes everything possible. Thank you, Dr. Hong, thankful pal. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Let's make a safe world. Let's make our children safe.